This is Lisa here. I am at our Great Blue Heron golf course. I am talking to two cameras right now. No, not just Facebook. Sorry, just Facebook. Hi, I'm talking to you. So welcome to our Thursdays. We're having a cooking demos with Chef Devin, and today we are doing a chop challenge. This kind of like a black box kind of a thing. So if you're here, you want to say hi. I'm doing it this way so that I can interact and I can read the questions and I can ask Devin and we can answer you in real time. So this is our very first time doing this. So thank you for grace because we will need it. And once the other camera goes up, we'll be on Instagram Live as well as Facebook Live. So hopefully maybe, we're rookies at this. This is not our regular day job. So here we have Chef Devin. Welcome. So
I asked Lise to put together a black box kind of challenge, chop challenge type of thing out of what would be in somewhat typical most people's pantries. And so most everything is dried, I assume, or a little bit lighter, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll open it up right now. Should we wait for Instagram to get up? Or should we just, all right, we're gonna keep going. So once again, this is we're kind of trying to model this off of what you trying to be creative, what's in your fridge or out of your pantry. So let's see what we got in here. Looks like we got some mushrooms and garlic.
Oh, not my glasses.
A little bit of cream cheese, just a little bit. Holland toast, that must be Canadian.
Hi, Tracy.
Anchovies, butter, sliced olives, capers.
Hi, Caroline.
Tomato paste.
Tracy is saying hi.
Hello. I've got an onion, a large package of albacore tuna, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of thyme. Nice, we got some fresh stuff in there. Cream of mushroom soup, which I think we all probably have one in the back of our cupboard somewhere. And then some pasta.
All right.
So this should be interesting. I'm going to need a little pasta water, so if anybody has time.
Okay.
That started. Kelly, you can get some iron water. All right. So let's see what we got here. We also have a wonderful
Miss you too, Caroline.
Copenhagen Chardonnay. And then, so let me think about this for a minute. We'll probably do some kind of tuna noodle. So we can start with that. But olives, capers, that is not really going to go in there. Capers maybe a little bit. Cream cheese, where's that? Mushroom. All right. So, and this stuff is hard as a rock. So, off the top of my head, what I think we're going to do is we'll take this Holland toast and we'll either make a breadcrumbs out of it. Oh, thank you. Fry it on there. Perfect. All right, so we got some water going for the pasta. And again, like our discussion yesterday, we need a little bit of salt.
So any particular type of salt, Devin, that we should be using?
I like kosher salt for cooking in applications, whether it's salting your pasta water or something else. It has a coarseness to it that you can feel when you become familiar with that type of salt, and you know how much you can put in just by the feel of it. It's also not incredibly salty. It's not like iodized that is very highly salt flavored, so when you put it in a little bit on your tongue, it'll go over the top and be really salty. This you have a lot more control. So I use kosher salt. Most kitchens use professionally kosher salt in cooking, and then we'll use a nicer quality Maldon or like a sea salt to finish a lot of times. And
okay.
So those are the preferred salts, but red crystal kosher salt is what we primarily use.
All right.
So we got crunchy toast here, Holland toast.
Yeah, so little backstory on that Holland toast. My husband is Dutch and he bought it and brought it home, and I had no idea what to do with it. And so I took my son and I took a couple pieces down to the duck ponds, and then he broke pieces off and the ducks didn't even want it. So, so have fun with that one, Devin.
So that makes me think that I'm going to try to soften it up as much as I can. So I'm going to try to saute it in a little bit of butter and garlic to try to add some flavor to it. To try to do something different again, I'm not going to put tomato paste and black olives in my albacore tuna pasta. So I'm going to probably make a somewhat of a, might even do a small olive tapenade, put that on the toast so that can kind of be a garnish on the side and have a flavor and textural difference from the pasta. So we'll start with that. So I got some butter started to melt so that I can soften up this toast. Then I'm going to chop up some olives and actually, can you grab me a can opener or please throw me a trick with a can goods again. I don't have a can opener. So we'll start with chop. Once we get the olives open, we'll chop those up as well. We'll start to make like kind of a small tapenade with that, and then once the pasta water is boiling, we'll boil off the pasta. Saute some onions and the albacore tuna and the mushrooms. That'll go in the pasta as well. So we'll kind of start with that.
All right, sounds good.
So I'm going to throw some garlic in there as well. Get a little flavor on that Houweling toast.
So speaking of fresh vegetables, is there any particular places in our Bellingham, Whatcom County area that are still offering?
Yeah, so my wife and I actually signed up for Acme CSA food deliveries. They also do food kits and other stuff, so Acme is a great delivery option. Obviously, a lot of the most of the grocery stores are open, but we try to minimize our trips to the store. So we're doing as much bulk purchasing as we can, or putting things in the freezer and pulling from there. But there are still good resources. There's a lot of places still delivering. We're in a county with about 5 different delivery companies. So Viking, Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats. So much is available in this county. And a lot of them are working with other grocery stores and places to provide other product. I know Avenue Bread is working with Serena Gelato and a lot of other places to try to combine efforts to get product out there. Sustainable Connections, which is a local nonprofit, is a great resource for that. They tell you who and what is going on in the county and who's trying new projects. Another great company that we work with is Calypso Kitchen, as well as Salt and Pepper Oil. And with those companies, they do ready-to-make food or ready-to-eat food, and so packaged up and ready to eat and delivered to your doorstep. So those are all available by searching on online, Calypso Kitchen or Salt and Pepper Oil as well. So.
Great.
All right, so we got a little bit of our toast over here in our garlic butter. It's actually looking pretty good. So the other place, where am I going to use anchovies? I think that's going to go in the tapenade as well. So I'm going to, after I'm done toasting the Houweling toast here, I'm going to use this garlic and butter that we've been cooking to make the tapenade. So I'm going to wait for this to get a little crispier. Water's boiling for the pasta. So hold on to that. All right, so black olives, a little tomato paste. So I'm just going to chop these. Nice rough chop, and then we're gonna cook them with this tomato paste, the garlic, and butter, a little capers as well. And this is actually, we're just gonna spread that on the toast, so that's gonna be kind of a little garnish to our whole dish here. All right, so the black olives. capers as well.
So I love capers. What other kind of pasta would you put capers in?
My favorite caper pasta would probably be puttanesca. So that's another one that can be done kind of similar to these ingredients. It's typically a little bit of chili in there. I love Calabrian chili, so that's what I typically use. But capers, sometimes Castelvetrano olives, and then some nice anchovies and a little bit of fresh tomato. And for a good puttanesca, it's not a tomato-based sauce. It's a small amount of tomatoes tossed in it, so it's not a red sauce per se. So, all right, we're looking pretty good on our toast. Garlic is starting to brown, so we're at a good point there. And as a time-saving technique, I'm going to push these off to the side because they still need to keep going. My garlic is starting to gain a little bit of color, which is fine, but any more color than that, we're going to start to get, it'll start to get bitter. Start with this here.
Okay, you guys, it smells so good.
So a little garlic, butter, capers, and black olives. And again, when I'm working with salty product like these anchovies, the extent of the salt will probably be the anchovies. So I'm going to leave just 2 light anchovies, and I also don't like to cook anchovies very much. So once it's almost done, I'll stir it in lightly. Different than, say, a bagnacotta, which you would cook the anchovies to the point that they fall apart. These I'm going to leave a little bit lighter and have a little bit more fresh flavor to them. So, looks like our toast is just about there. Turn our heat down a little bit, and I'm also going to add some tomato paste. This is a method I use with mushroom, duxelle, and tapenades and things a lot. So I'm going to try to actually get some color and brown this tomato paste a little bit. Kind of gets a little bit sweeter, a little bit more richness out of the tomato paste. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of white wine to this as well to cook down. So let's see what we got here. Of course, in my knife kit, I always have something available and ready. Looks like we got a Patrick Ryan Pinot Grigio. Start there. So now that I've almost got my tapenade ready to go on our toast, I have to get working on the...
Oh wow, that smells amazing.
So we're going to cook this down lightly, and then I'm going to add the anchovies. Then we're going to start working on the pasta right now. So, got the water is hot. I'm going to set it to the side so we'll cook the pasta at the end. Then we're going to go here, turn this up, and then for this we're going to also do an onion to go in the pasta. We'll do the onion, the mushroom, and some parsley. That'll go in there, and the thyme we'll use in the tapenade.
So if somebody is wanting to cook something like this at home and they don't have butter, could they use olive oil as a substitution?
Yeah, definitely. So olive oil will work fine, especially when you're sauteing and everything to begin with. This is with the cream of mushroom soup and the cream cheese. It is going to kind of be